everybody, welcome back to Workers and Resources. We're going to continue trying to address our problems. We got a lot of problems that are happening as a result of just like the standard growing pains and not being able to keep up with things. So we're here in Zernovsky really quick. I am going to not focus on Zernovsky so much, so because the bulk of our problems are actually in this area here. I've been neglecting a lot of this stuff, and as things kind of develop over time, that neglect can really start to spiral out of control. And so like you can't just focus on one little area, and that's unfortunately kind of what I've been doing. So I'd like to try and correct that. So I've got this new bus stop up here and it's ready to go, and we're gonna try to limit how many people are going to the university here. I'm gonna pop this down to 10, just 10, and we're also gonna jack up the loyalty requirements for things. Most of the people keep going here because they want to get educated, but I need to make sure that my essential services are up and running, like the hospital, for example. And the police department is going to become even bigger of a deal, right? We need a lot of more people to be going over here. And then the fire station is also running really light. So I want to have this bus stop operational. To do that, I've got this vehicle here, and we're going to go ahead and let that go. So that's the route that this bus will take now. It's going to go over to this bus stop and then back to here. And it's going to do both passengers passengers and workers are going to be able to do that. What I'd like to do, though, we have this nice repair area here, and if we can keep people working here, that'd be great too. What I'd like to do here is to get a end station on this as well. So I've got this small bus end station, and what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it in right over here. It puts it in range of the repair center, and then I don't know if that's really going to matter, but if I do start getting a lot more buses moving through here, I would like them to tag up on this place here if possible. So we're gonna get a road. I think we'll probably do the one-way roads. Yeah, we'll do the one-way roads from here, let's say, coming in on this side, and maybe we'll I kind of want to give them options though. Like, do you want to go that way or that way? I feel like options are better than, yeah, we're gonna do options here. So I'm gonna go about like this with it. All right, and it's just gonna be this extra road. All right, it'll be fine. They can go that way if they need to and stuff later too. Okay, so let the crews get on building that, though. What I'm really going to focus on today is how to solve the crime issue. So we have a 60% happiness with a 47% government loyalty, and that's 47% with the radio station being operational. So it's not great. We got to address this. And the biggest offender here is crime. I mean, one could say that not being able to visit a hospital is a big deal too. And then of course their happiness drops because of low government loyalty. We're going to try to affect all those things by getting rid of the crime, which is affecting 9,200. We're getting negative 2% on there 9,200 times. So we're going to try to address that today if possible. To help with this area though, I also wanted to show you, I'm building this house here as well. I got the little walking paths done, and then this Zernovsky Flats is going to go in. I'm trying to keep everything low, right? So it's not a high rise. These ones here are like taller than I wanted to use here, but it's just the way it happened. I would like to use maybe larger buildings that are lower, like have less floors. So I probably won't use these ones again. Again, they're a little higher than I wanted to, but I figured since we do have, tall police stations and stuff like that here, it's kind of fits. But in this area for sure, we're going to go more of a low rise. So this flat here, I think it can hold about 140 people, but it just takes up a little higher footprint, and it just sits a little lower. This is going to also funnel people into that bus stop so that we can, address that problem too. The road connection here will come off of this road, which will eventually get over here, connecting here and here. So I think it's actually going to be this road here. That's probably what we'll do is this. We'll have this road come over like this and then curve and connect here. Assuming it works here. Maybe go a little bit further and then over. There we go. About like that. I think that's probably what we'll end up doing, but I don't know that yet, so I'm not going to do it yet, but I think that's probably what I'll end up doing. Okay, let them get on with whatever they're going to get on with. Let's focus on crime over here. On this side, we have a couple of things we need to do, all right? The first thing, we got this police station. And this police station matters, okay? It is going to double the amount of police we have in this, because right now, 77% of our cases that we find, we're not examining them. That's no bueno. This list just gets longer and longer. That's no bueno. We are going to cancel anything that has a low chance of success, which I kind of just did a couple of 70s there, but whatever. The point is the list is too long. It needs to be forgiven. So we're going to focus here, I think, on maybe the serious ones. See if we can't solve the serious ones for now and get those people locked up, okay? So all the serious cases are the only ones you guys are currently doing, all right? Now, that they're going to go out and find more, so the list will continue to grow, but that's what they're going to do for now. Over here on this side of town, we've got this police station, and it's actually able to keep up right now. Now that it's got the vehicles, it's able to keep up. We're going to see, hopefully, Cernakova become a safer place to live. But we're also going to start getting an influx of people going to the prison, which means we're going to need people to watch the prisoners, right? So I'm going to bring this government loyalty down requirement to 47% right now so we can get more warders. But I'm also going to add more people over here too. And I realize that adding housing when you have plenty of spare housing to go, it says 21 without or 82 without a flat, but like, I was really hoping to have like 25,000 people at this point. So there's a lot of things that are going to start going wrong. This train just ran out of fuel with a whole bunch of people in there. Jesus. Probably because there's no fuel there. Let's take a look and see why. First, I think it's because I had to rebuild my fuel rats like a long time ago, and I may not have reconnected it. I thought for sure I reconnected that, though. That is not highlighted, and you are highlighted. So there is one that is in charge of that, but I think I'm going to have more vehicles in charge of bringing fuel to that. I really want to just transition to not having to deal with fuel on trains at all, but that's not happening yet. So this right here has the cisterns. I'm going to have you go over and keep this full, please. Big cisterns here. Let's have you maybe keep that 50% full if possible. Now, where's the fuel going here? We're at 46%, or sorry, 46 workers total. We should have like a 250 capacity in this building. We should be rocking and rolling here. So what is going on with fuel? We don't have any fuel. The only thing I can think of is maybe there's too many people working over in these areas. Let's maybe bring this down to 10. I think, yeah, alcohol, let's bring this down to 25 people. Like, we're good on alcohol. We don't need that. Let's bring that down to 10 people, all right? We want people to go and work other places if we can. So let's have the food factory is probably another one that's sucking up a lot of people off this bus stop. Let's go down to 40 people in that food factory. And I bet you just doing that is going to be enough to get people shifted over into this building. We really need people to work in this building. We're going to start seeing wear and tear and the machines and stuff starting to get worn out too. That's not a good thing either. Let's go ahead and go 0 on this chemical factory. We'll go 1 chemical factory only with maximum workers. And we'll see how that plays out. So, like, again, I was hoping to have like 25,000 people at this point. That's why there's a lot of buildings here that are like kind of a waste. Like, we didn't have to build this many buildings, right? We'll go down to 6 on the explosives. Really, this is purely an export. So we don't really need the explosives. It's purely exporting. So, okay. So what I'm hoping to see now is that more people are walking to be in this building. But just to help them out with that, I could also tell them, I could specifically say, hey, just for a little while, everybody works there. And then that way, the only people working in the food factory and stuff are people that park in the parking lots, which, again, we should have lots of cars soon. TM, we'll have lots of cars moving through there, I'm hoping. All right. I was hoping this would be progressing faster as well. Are the helicopters the only thing working on this? No? Everything's highlighted here. We should have... I guess I just need the time to proceed further, right? So off this road, which I still haven't paved this yet because it's such a high traffic place. I think once we get this done and everything's stable, I'll go ahead and pave this, because then if I start cutting off the police at that point, at least we have these guys, right? We don't have any emergency with the hospital just yet, but while it's reconstructing, its capacity is reduced. And so now you can see that we're kind of at our patient limitation while it's reconstructing. So this needs to be up to a high priority. And I do wish there was a permanent setting for reconstruction. What I mean by that is, if I say high priority on reconstruction, it is always the highest priority on reconstruction. Because at the moment, as soon as the reconstruction is finished, the priority goes back to medium on this. So I really wish there was a default setting for saying, hey, hospital, if you're going to start that reconstruction process, that is what you focus on until it is done and nothing else, because the hospital is very important. But another way to get around that is just redundancy. Have more hospitals. We have an 85% health. That's not bad, you know? We're good there. Need to work on the alcohol addiction thing, but overall we're good there, and we're actually able to handle for radio station influence. We're able to handle it pretty well. So for now, like, everything related to loyalty and happiness is good except for crime, which is why we're focusing on this. So with this building getting to be the highest priority for construction crews as opposed to the reconstruction crews, I would like to start planning on my housing expansion over here too, because again, we need more people. So first thing I want to do is I'm going to go in to my footpaths and stuff, and we're going to go this direction or the other way. Okay, I'm going to go the other way. I want the lights to be on this side. Yeah, it needs to be about like that. The lights need to be on that side of the track. Okay. Right about, let's say, here. We're going to create a crossing that goes about like that. And then you're going to hook up in this direction like that and like that. All right, good. And we're going to cancel that. All right, then on this side, we're going to want to do the same thing. We're going to go this direction now so that the lights are on that side. There we go. Right along the track. Perfect. And then you're going to cross the track here, here. Oh, wrong direction. Yeah, it does matter which direction you go to, because otherwise it ends up going, well, the lights will be on the other side. We don't want that. There we go. About like that and like that. There we go. And then you are all the way like this. Okay. And then right about here, I think is a good spot. We're going to want this to also cross if possible. So we'll create a crossing. Oh, don't do that. You're saying, are you really too, hold on, let's delete this really quick. I think it's because I'm starting the walking path too close. Yeah, about like that. So we'll go like this and like this. There we go. And then you there and then you there. Perfect. Get rid of this. Rebuild the road. Sounds good. Everything's peachy. Okay. That designs our little walking path thing along the tracks like this. Okay. All right. So from there, I'm going to just cancel this. The only reason I do that is so that I have a way for people to get across the tracks. That's it. We can connect things anywhere we want, but I want people to be able to get across the tracks. So we're also going to have this walking path with the lights on the other side going around like that side, right? We're going to have things going that way too. Now, with all of that submitted, yeah, we're missing fuel, I know. Oh, the train is... I looked at the train being out of fuel, and then I just didn't do anything with it. This train needs to go to the depot. Where is it? Right there. Go over to the depot. Because you're out of fuel. So I can't have you doing what you're doing. Now, in the depot, there was also another train that had a route, and you have some fuel left. So I can keep this going, I guess, a little bit here. Keep that train going for a little bit. But I'm hoping that we get more people working in this stupid refinery. So I think temporarily, until this crisis is averted, everybody who works here, or everybody who comes into this bus stop, is all being directed to this building, because it's not an oil shortage. We have plenty of oil. It is all about workers, and it's like we're down 1,000 workers compared to what I had before. So that's why the winter was especially harsh. All right. It wasn't especially harsh. It was the same winter as always. The only difference is that I didn't handle it really well. That's the only thing that happened. I want the heater done too, because this is going to need heat. We're also going to need sewage coverage for this. And the sewage tank is done, right? Yes. You have sewage for that building. Very good. And the pipe's not done, so we will need that, but we should have sewage trucks to go to this tank. So let's hope that that's a thing. All right. So from this point, we're going to want more Nipro flats is what the idea is. We got plenty of steel and stuff, so we're going to use it. So yeah, steel buildings. I'm going to flip this over so the walking path is on that side. The thing I want to pay attention to is that this building can reach the train station. That's really the only thing I care about. So can you reach the train station? Yes, right there you can reach the train station. Okay, perfect. You can actually... You can't reach it from here. So I may need a bus to take people to the train station from here, but you can reach this one. And actually, you can reach the other one too. Oh, that's good. All of these will be able to reach this one. So no problems. Good. All right, so we'll have you get really close to this walking path, I think. Like right up next to it would be good. Right about... No, you're not going to let me head? Yeah, right there. So right up next to this, for this walking path, and we'll just have you connect, I guess, there and over here. is fine. Whatever. Okay, 2 connection points there. Then we're going to have another one, but this one's going to be a little bit spaced out. Same thing with the walking paths. Being about here would be fine. Yeah, right about here I think would be fine. So we'll connect that there. I'm going to go ahead and cancel that so that this remains a single construction project. Probably should do the same thing here. There we go. Keep this as a single construction project if possible. Oh, too late on that one. Fine. Go ahead and reconnect, whatever. This one here, it restored itself. That's good. And then in the middle here, we're going to have its trash collection and all that stuff too, because we need to make sure we're keeping up on trash collection. And I was going to put that right there. Yep. That's where I want that. Bang. Big containers. I'm doing big containers. There's a lot of housing right here. So that's why. There should be about 2,500 people that live right here, give or take. All right, we're gonna need a big one here, right? And then we're going to grab the big road here, and this road is gonna come straight across and go about here is where I wanted it, like that. And then on this side of it, we're gonna have, you guessed, maybe you didn't guess it, but I'm gonna tell you what it is. We're gonna have even more housing right here, right? Lots of people live in this area. And I'm going to have the walking paths go that way. And there we go. Right here. Let's maybe level this out just a little bit. There we go. 1. Yep. And then on this side, we go again from here. I think we'll actually have the walking paths go on the other side this time. Right about there. Okay. Now, we're not going to have... actually, I can probably just connect these roads. That's okay with me. This one will get connected after this is all built. We're going to have these ones pause. We're not going to build these. I do want one built, though, at a relatively high priority, actually, because I want more people available to work in the police station when they're done with it, right? So I need people to work there, too. And the hospital's getting... Come on, reconstruction. Let's go. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Just work days now. Okay, good. Because we're going to start getting hammered on patients there. So you see all these, right? They're just going to fill their queue again. And so we can just go through and do one of these numbers. I just deleted some 85%, didn't I? Honestly, I don't think it matters that much. I just need them to solve crimes, okay? Just get them into prison, because if I don't get them into prison, they'll continue causing more problems. They'll keep committing crimes, and I don't want that. In the prison, we need to be reducing criminality. That's what we're doing here. I would like to start raising government loyalty a little bit too, though, if possible, which doesn't seem to be happening. There we go. Cultural enjoyment. You have to remove their cultural enjoyment, and then they'll get more. Yeah, then they'll get happy. All right. This is what I'm looking for right here. I don't necessarily like how this is negative, but it's not that bad. I'm not entirely sure how to make that better. Like, I guess this is the okay balance. What really happens here, though, is if we can get warders with higher loyalty, then they become more effective. But in this area, to get more people over here, I'm going to add some housing right here. And I think what I'm going to do is we're going to say we want to go right this. There's some stuff underground right through here. A lot of stuff underground right through here. We're going to say I want, like, maybe mediums. These are okay. I like these. We'll say right about here. We'll put a house there. And then we'll also put another one right back here. Back slightly so that the walking path can get around the back of the building. About like this. There we go. And then this walking path can go like that. That's fine. And then I would like this path to go underneath here and connect to the road if possible. There we go. And that's going to open up the ability for them to walk on this road over here. Okay. Then in order to get them to actually walk all the way to this successfully, because I bet this one can't reach the prison. It can. Oh, it can. Huh. All right. Well, if it can, then it can. So we'll let that go. I felt like I probably had to make a walking path go here because I don't recall them walking through this building to get on these walking paths. They'll walk through the road, but I didn't recall them being able to do that. So I was going to connect up this, but I guess it looks like it doesn't really matter if I do that or not. So, okay then. Yeah, what's the next thing to do? I think it's just wait. We just need construction to be completed. But there's an extra housing block right here, right? Now, as far as these guys getting to food, because they're not going to be able to reach that one, right? So if you take a look, they're not going to be able to reach that. And they're also not going to be able to reach that. So how are these 2,000 people going to reach their food supply later, right? Well, I could put another store here, and it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But these stores, like this one gets its deliveries with trains. So it has the ability to be much more stable. Now, it doesn't have electronics right now. Probably because the train network got shut down because of the fuel, right? So we probably didn't get the deliveries and stuff that we really needed. Take a look. Yeah, there's electronics there. They just haven't delivered it yet. They haven't brought it yet. So I probably should allow this office to just go back and make sure people are happier, right? I don't want to lose people. So we're going to allow you to load electronics from the border for a little bit longer. And why don't we say that you can load... Is there anything else we really need to load? I don't think so. Clothing is really good. So we're solid on clothing. I could dial back the workers in these two buildings for a little while. We can go to 0 on this one, for example. It's almost 40%. It's 47% on the machines, right? So I could actually replace the machines in this building now. And then everyone would just work in this one. This is a good time to replace the machines, actually. What's my fabric doing? Okay, it's not bad. This is a great time to do that. So we could say that the replace machines is going to happen. So let's speed up time just a little bit here. They're going to keep working and until they leave and their shift is over with, and then I'll start the process on replacing machines. I'll do that a little earlier than usual here. Electricity problem on a heat exchanger. Gonna want to take a look at that too. Okay, so we'll just start it now. It doesn't matter. So machine repair is now started on that building. And then where is this having an electricity problem? Okay, so it looks to me like it's wind power right there. And then this one here is 177. And the line coming into it is not going to be able to handle 177. So that's the problem. We need additional power here. I also would like to route power from this area so we can like supplement it with border power if need be as well. So why don't we set that up too? I'm going to go with a 6 high voltage switch right here. Let's go and do something like maybe like here. I'd like to get it in here where I'm not going to have housing. So like right in this little crevice here would be nice. Can I get that? Right there. And then we're going to go like that so you can build it. And then from here, we're going to go underground, 12 megawatt. This is done. The 18 megawatts to the border here is done, which is great because now I can also take 12 megawatt and we're going to go underground, under the water with this, with the 12, all the way over to at least here. I'm also going to take a 7 and go this way. That leads to the maximum 19. Okay. These things don't accept more than 19. So it's 12 and 7. There you go. And then we'll send 12 of it on this side. We'll send this all the way underneath the ground. I think I probably should go low. Like, let's bring it down a few levels so I don't get in the way of any plumbing potentially later on. We'll bring this really low. It's going to cost more work days to do that. Wow, that's really expensive. Never mind. Hang on. Maybe not. That is crazy expensive. Like, that's like 10 times the work days. So maybe I'm not doing that. I can bring it all the way over here. Yeah, it looks 4 times the work days. 5 times the work days. Yeah. But I don't want to have like big, towers of, like electrical poles running through this residential area. So we're going to hook it up to this side like this. That's a 12. All right. That runs this way, which gives us an extra 7 on the side. We can do some things with that too. But I am thinking I want a direct hookup here to start providing extra supplemental power from the border over here too. And then eventually we'll have these things hooked up. And then the power from the power plants will get brought over here. And, then we'll have Well, that's when we get the second power plant over there operational is when that happens. And then we're also going to want power to come from this side too. That's going to be the nuclear over here. Bring it over here. I may also opt to go with gas power because we have a lot of oil here. So I may opt to do that and bring power from this side too. The reason for that just being you want redundancy, but also these lines have a maximum that they can support. And so if you have all your power coming from one direction, you're limiting your bottleneck's going to be the lines themselves. So you want the power to be coming from multiple directions and multiple sources if possible. Okay, so that's going to help that. If they build it, then that'll be great. Let's just have them go ahead and submit that. Now, you'll notice that I took this underground and I stopped here. You might be wondering why I'm stopping here. It's because I'm not really ready to hook this up, but later on when I am, I'd like it to hook up faster. And so it's just there for now. I can switch, in case you're wondering, you can switch from underground to above ground. That's totally possible to do. These little things here are actually at the surface level, so you can tap into them. So for example, if I wanted from the 7, I could come off the 7 with an 8, and that would work. Right, I'm sending 7 and then I have the 8. The only problem with this is that there are two different amounts of power, so you're only as good as your weakest link, right? But the point is that only supports 19. So these are the bottlenecks at the maximum that this supports. So as long as my lines coming into this side are equal to or greater, then we're good. So this 8 would work for that 7 line, and then there is a 13 that would work on the 12. Make sense? Hopefully it does. So that allows me to hook those up pretty quickly once it comes time to do that. And I don't have to deal with any like island shenanigans in there to get that happen. And then everything just like it's hidden. It's hooked up, but it's hidden. And I like the fact that it's going to be hidden. I'm seeing flickering. Seeing flickering over here too. I don't want to see flickering. Flickering is bad. Oh, what's going on here? It's just the street lights, which makes me think that it's probably just the wind power. This is also going to need maintained pretty soon too. I can make more wind power, but to do that, I will have to have more electrical components. I have the money to buy them though. So I think temporarily, guys, I'm just going to buy some resources. I don't think we're quite stable enough to say, hey, you don't have to buy things yet. I think it's okay to buy some of these resources that we should have to keep ourselves operational, especially considering that we're really going to need to be doing repairs and stuff faster. So I am going to permit, for a little while anyway, mechanical components, electrical components, and electronics to all be brought from the border. I might even do fuel, to be honest, because it's so hard to keep up with this somehow. There's 95 in here, but for some reason, it's just not getting brought to this station. We're not bringing it to that station. Lots of fuel here, but we're not bringing it to the station anymore. And this is why I want to get electric trains. So I'm going to have to tell this thing to go to the depot as well. They don't need fuel to go to the depot. Yeah. So I was also told, and I'm actually going to do this just to test it out. I was told that your trains, your passenger trains, will get repaired as long as there is a repair center attached to a depot. So these trains that are on these dedicated routes will bring themselves to this depot to get repaired on their own, provided there is a repair center attached to them. I was not aware that the trains worked that way. I know that the other things work that way, but it's a little bit different in that they pull themselves to the repair center directly. Where here, I didn't realize that was a thing. Now, I've left space for this to happen. Not intentionally, but I left space for this to happen. And so we can probably make that happen just as long as we find a way to get people to this. So I'm probably going to have a couple of dedicated buses or just, parking lots and stuff. But long story short, we can get a repair center in here that's over in this area, like right here, right? This would allow us to repair the trains, and they don't really need repair very often, so maybe the small one would be a more economical approach here. So I think I'll go ahead and do that, and we'll say right about here is that repair center, and then people can drive here to just start helping out with that. So we'll have a medium optimized traffic parking lot right in front of this thing. And it necessary? I can do it back here too. Yeah, or I could just do a smaller one. I just thought this would fit really well. You know what we could do instead here? Instead of that, because that won't fit very well. We'll just do one of these one of these warehouses. They'll fit really well. There. We'll just do that instead. And then the parking lots can be on this side. So we'll say we want a parking lot. Large one, 28. Sounds fine. I don't think we're going to ever need that many people, but it sounds fine. We'll put it back like this. That's fine. And then the walking path can just go. It doesn't even need to be. It can just be dirt right there. You know. All good. I think anyway. It's a little bit far away from the houses though, so we do have to verify that people will actually be able to drive there. And it does look like, yeah, there's quite a few residential parking lots that can handle that. So that's good. I'm kind of surprised that this one can't. The only thing I can think of is that the helicopters built it and I didn't connect the road. That is the case, isn't it? It sure is. We'll do that. We want the dirt to connect here and then the asphalt to connect there. Build those two. And then once this is built, that should be able to get there too, right? Yes, they can get there pretty easily too. Coming on from that side. Cool. Speaking of which, you know, honestly, we have the trucks just sitting here, right? This is the building crew, not the road crew. Road crew is very busy, so. But I could tell the building crew, temporarily, you are allowed to help out with roads. Because there's really no reason why you shouldn't be able to help out with roads, at least delivering gravel and stuff, right? So I'm going to have you help out with roads, and we'll have this become a gravel road. And there we go. You can now help out with roads. I will assign this specifically to you, and you can help us out with that right there. Yep. There we go. Okay, good. So at least they'll do something, because I don't have a whole lot of buildings for them to build, I guess. This is all just workers now. They don't have anything else to do there. They should be delivering resources to here, but the roads have to be done before that can happen, so they're not. And then I don't know why they're not building this, to be honest. Did I not select this, or what? What's going on there? Helicopters can also help me with that building, and then also these roads as well. Okay, and also if we're really down on fuel, we could just, you know, stop the helicopters from working on things, because they are the biggest user of fuel in this entire republic, more so than trains even. So we should, you know, if we really get hard pressed on fuel, we'll just stop the helicopters from doing what they're doing. But to be honest, we are catching up with fuel now, right? We're starting to get a surplus, and that's what I wanted to see. It's really just about managing how many workers are in certain places, right? Now nobody's getting here because everybody's been told to go here. And so now we have, yep, that's what I want to see. A lot of people working there. And as long as our chemical supply is not drained to zero, we should be okay. I think maybe, though, what we'll do is I'm just going to tell workers to go like 25 in here. For this place, we'll say 25 in here. And then I'll go ahead and tell them they can work anywhere. And now they should disperse a little bit more evenly since we are getting more caught up. I'm just restricting how many people can work in these buildings for a little while. And then as people come in here, we should now see them kind of starting to equal out a little bit. Are you going to plastics? Yeah, plastics. We really don't need very many people in plastics either. I think just for a while, until our population recovers, it's okay to buy things from the border. Okay? I'm all right with buying things from the border for a little while. So we'll even tell them they're allowed to grab plastics. We'll tell them that they're allowed to grab chemicals if they need them, although I don't really think we should buy them. I hope they pull from our local reserve before they go to the border, but I really don't know if that's what this thing does. And then, how's food? They did shut this thing down pretty much. Food's looking good. We're not exporting food, so as long as we're good on food there, then everybody's going to be fine. We're not exporting. And then once this neighborhood gets up, then we should have more people working over here. I don't have any firefighters here. So, yeah, this housing area here needs to be completed very soon. I'm going to get Cernicova Labor to come in here and help out, I think. Helicopters are already doing that. That's why that's there. And then I think it's just mostly workers, but we're getting road cranes and stuff on site. So if we can build this, then that's like 100 plus people. I can get them going to this bus stop. We can pick them up. I may even need additional buses. It looks like we have a traffic jam here, and maybe that's why the buses stopped. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. Clearly, we have too many people in this area as a demand. I am going to need a parking lot on the other side of this. Let's do another large one on the other side of this. Let's have them come into both sides instead of only on one. That way they're not constantly turning left. I can also use the one-way rule, one-way road, attempt there too. But I think for now I'm content with just doing it this way. That way they don't always have to turn left. It was a temporary block there anyway too. It wasn't that big of a deal, but we're gonna need more parking here anyway. Like there's just, like I guess there's a lot of spaces here, but when all of these buildings get operational, there will be maybe 200 or so workers, and there's not 200 parking spots. So that's why a lot of them are gonna come in on that bus right there. And I can handle quite a few places, including this. I didn't even know it could do sewage, but yeah, I can. It can't do the heat though. That's what the other bus stop is for. That's what this one's for. So, okay, I'm gonna let this run just a little bit. I need to weigh this out. I also need to get this up. Never mind. I need to get this going. Okay, this police department. We can now buy vehicles for this, and I'm just gonna buy. These ones look fine. I'm just gonna buy all these. All right. But the hope is, this does not pass its cases on to the other one. So even though there's a lot of people working here, it's not going to pass its cases on. So what you need is both of these things investigating crimes. They investigate and solve their own crimes that they detect. And so we should see all of this stuff getting spread out between the two departments. That'll be way easier to manage over time. For now, I'm going to just go ahead and got everything that's not a serious crime. I don't care what the percentage is. If it's not a serious crime, it gets forgiven for now. Yep, just all that. That was a 97. Feels bad. All right. So if it's not serious, it gets forgiven temporarily until all these serious criminals are put away. Because these guys will go away for over a year. They'll be out of the system. I won't have to worry about them for a very long time. And that's a good thing. It keeps them out of here so they stop committing all these crimes. I know, I have too many criminals. Working on it, okay? Probably, since we have so many people here, we're going to need more parking as well. For cars. We're going to need more parking. So I'm going to say a large parking lot can actually go right in here. That's cool. Yeah, can I put it right in here? Nice. Right there is good. We'll go ahead and get rid of that one and just get rid of that one. Excellent. Have a dead end goes in about like that. And then you're going to connect there. And then we're going to have another parking lot opposite of that. Can I get the big one? Oh, no. Too much. How about medium? Can I get the medium? Optimized traffic. Yeah, I can, but I mean, I feel like it shouldn't come out off this road. It might be too much. How many cars is this? The difference? It's 18 to 28. Like it's simply better for capacity. It just means that the cars will be, a little more crammed in there. But I guess whatever. We'll go about like this, right there. Oops, I thought that would actually work. It was green. Go like that. I got it spread out a little bit because I wanted to do this. Can I get that in the middle? Right. Come on, give me the middle. Aw. Sometimes if you go away from it a little bit, it'll snap to the middle for you. But it has to be long enough. It doesn't look like it is. How about from here? We do it from here? That's good. That's fine. And then we can go this way. Yeah. So I wanted to get over to go across the street here. And that's not going to work because of the power pole. Of course not. Ah, man. We can go across like this. Looks a little weird, but if it works, it works. I just need it to connect to this. I'm going to have to move that power pole. Gosh darn it. I want to do that. All right, we'll get rid of these walking paths here for now. It's a solution for later. We'll deal with it later. I probably will end up moving that stupid pole. So anyway, that gets us additional parking on this side later on too. All right, so did we get our police cars here yet? Come on, where are they at? I purchased them at the border, right? There they are. There's the first one. First one just arrived. It should be immediately leaving and getting out to help the people, help solve crimes, right? That's what you're supposed to do. There you go. Go respond to something. Put your back into it. Garbage containers overflowing already. I totally forgot about the garbage containers. So on this side, because we have that big one here for all these houses, right? But on this side, we got to do something a little bit different. We're going to have the walking path on this one come over like this, straight across the street like this. All right. And then maybe I can get it to cooperate with me in this direction. You know, that would be okay. I'd be fine with that. Coming through this way. And then that way you can go there, and then you can go... Oh, see? We're going to figure it out. There you go. See? We'll figure it out. Everything's good. So this one's going to go around that way. And this one can now go from this side. Okay. From there, we're going to have the garbage collection. Now, temporarily, because it's, you know, it's kind of overflowing already, which is a little bit... Like, where is the garbage for it? I thought you were in range of a garbage. Did I just flat out forget? I have been doing that. I mean, it's hard to balance a lot of different games, but also it's just a complicated system. You know, everything you do gets more and more complicated. How about we go and put it in? It needs to be like a rush order, right? So a small one would be fine. Oh, this one. Sorry, a small one on this side would be fine. If it lets me do this. I think the power pole's in the way again. It does allow me to do that. We'll do that, and then also that, and let's put a rush order on that with all of you and you. Okay. So we'll try to get the garbage taken care of on that side pretty quickly so that these guys can get back to work and doing things. But hopefully they start seeing the crimes and we start getting them solved. So again, all these ones that are... There's very high percentages, so that's good. I want to keep those up if possible so we can solve these crimes. And so over here, let's take a look. Those houses still have to get built. But over here, how is our crime doing over here? So same thing. We need to get rid of all these little ones that are kind of not that important. These are light crimes, whatever. These ones are 90% or so I'll leave those alone. But pretty much, like, I want them to actually get those investigations going. If we can be successful in restoring order to our city with regards to crime, we should see like 100 prisoners in here. Hopefully we see a lot of prisoners in here. And then we should also now see, over time, we should start seeing the court start getting full. So now the court's going to have to start doing its thing, right? As long as the trial is ahead of the limitation, we're good. So now we're looking at this number, wanting this number to go up. And I think we're solid here. Yeah, 9% on that one, but I mean, if we can just keep people in the courthouse, let's up this to 50. We'll max out the courthouse as far as number of workers that can be here, and then we'll tell this building that they have to work here to really get enough people in the courthouse to clear these out. We want to make sure that this doesn't get overloaded too. Building's on fire. This industrial yard. Okay. Wow, that fire is progressing quite quickly. Tell me the truck has... Tell me we have firefighters over here. That's the police. Where's the fire? Okay, we have 15 firefighters. Come on now. This thing is taking its sweet time to get here. I mean, I have spaced it out to where a dirt road is sufficient to get to these places before the fire goes bad. But I've also calculated, like, the fact that the freaking helicopter should be operating, and it isn't. Probably... I have no idea why, honestly. It's just not operating. So this is getting wear and tear while the fire rages on. So I mean, it would benefit me for sure to make this a gravel road or something just to help them get there quicker, because that wear and tear does hit it. But it will not burn down, at least. And I think now that that's the case, I think I am going to do this as a gravel road just to help that out a little bit more. So you got on this road from here. So we want to go like this. And then we want to have... Oh my god, look at all these walking paths. Ugh! I really can't wait till that update, man. That update is gonna be so good. Just to make this so much easier to, you know, to redo roads and everything. Just to not have all these little nodes everywhere. Be so great. Just get rid of that and any more. This one here too. Looks pretty good. Now that we just had a fire here, there should be a little bit of a grace period before the next one starts. So it's a little less risk associated with removing these walking paths for now. I just have to remember to put them back, which I'm not very good at doing. Here we go. Let's take that. Yep. And then that one. And that should be sufficient. That should be enough to get you out there. I don't think I need to do the rest of this. So that'll be the roads that we get going. And then Mount construction office, Mount Char. You're doing this, okay? Now to get an alternative path for these guys so they can maybe do both sides at the same time, it might have been a good idea to design a bypass road here. But I did not do that, and there doesn't seem to be a good way to do that. So I'm just going to say go home for you so you're not lost. And then Mount Char office will just hit these gravel roads as much as they can. They shouldn't need any workers to do that. Speaking of which, we have some extra vehicles over here. We're going to have an auto replace on these. Get those going. And then I think there's some farm vehicles we want to do auto replace too. I'm just going to spend the money until we're set up, right? We're going to invest in setting it up here. So a lot of these combines can go. And they are not leaving. Why are you not leaving? That doesn't make any sense. Hang on. Maybe it's the type of vehicle you're going to replace with. Right here. E512. Cannot buy for money. Oh, this vehicle's not available anymore. So I have to use one of these two. All right, the CK5 is the one I think is for the Soviet. And then we don't have a... I think this is for money. For dollars, right? Yeah, that's the Western one, which we can't get to anyway. So we'll go with the CK5 Harvester instead. All right, that's the one we're going to want to do now. All right, go. There we go. Now we can start getting these guys to go scrap themselves, get replaced by new ones. This one over here has like a couple years, I think, left in it because they were built, you know, staggered the build. So they have a couple years left until they're going to need replaced as well. But for the time being, I'm going to spend the money until we are really solid. All right. We need to be really rock solid. I also want to pave this so that I can make this a light because this is a pretty busy intersection too. So I kind of want to get a light there. And I can't do that, of course, until this is paved. Is that going to severely dampen things if I do that? Kinda, yeah, because it will... it's going to stop me from being able to pick up all my resources here. So I need to have a bypass road here, just for the sake for construction. So we're going to go like this. No, really? Come on now. Don't do that. Oh, come on, let me connect there. Damn you, power poles. So is the power poles. For real? These road tools. I swear to God. All right, here, try this. Yeah, okay, sure. I guess. Can I get this out of here? There's like no way I'm gonna be able to get this out of here, right? That might do it. No? Really? You're not in there. Don't tell me you're in that node. Come on. There he goes. Okay. That gets paved. Good. Now everyone can bypass that by going around that road. And then we can also go in and do this. And let's get this part here to be paved as well, if we can. There are alternative routes to get to this road, so there's no problem there. The buses should be able to get there anyway. This isn't even part of the bus routes to begin with, so... I can actually pave this whole thing. Let's just shut down that road too. All right, so we've provided alternative traffic routes. We didn't shut down the collection of everything there. That's good. I might be able to... I think this part probably has to stay gravel, though, because there's just no way to... unless I've got a surplus of food coming from somewhere else, which is eventually going to happen. I think at that point, it will be no problem to have this gravel, but this definitely needs done right now. So let's just have road crews marking this for for construction as well. All right, so how are we doing on crime over here? Still a lot of cases, but I almost want to wipe the entire board of all cases and then just have them start from scratch right now. I think that's probably what we'll do. Let's have all cases that you have clear. And you too. Everybody, all cases. Forget everything you know. All right, for now, except those two, I guess. Yeah, sorry, you two minor crime people. You just drew the short stick there. All you guys too. Let's just get rid of like everything. Just get everything. I want you guys to be able to catch up with all of this. Okay. So completely clear everything. Now, as cases come in, we should work them faster. I need more police staff to be here in this building, though. How am I getting more police to be here? I think maybe this bus needs to get the hell up here. Where? This stop. Can I switch you to be... Yeah, this stop. Can I get you on that route instead? Is it you? Yeah, you're the manufacturing bus. I want this route to be on this bus. And then I want that bus to get back to work. So now there's more people being brought to this bus stop, which should give us more people into this police station. I need that staff to be always up. All right, very good. So lots of buses. All right. Oh, also, speaking of which, we talked about this really briefly, and then I kind of, went off my business. How are these guys getting food? Right? Again, I could put another grocery store over here to facilitate that, but I still have to bring in the food with trucks, and with this many people, that's going to kind of suck. So instead of doing that, I'm going to have these guys use the logistics we already have in place because we have capacity for more shoppers there anyway. Maybe not in this one. Maybe not in that one. We have it in this one. I really didn't want to set this up over here yet, but I think I'm going to have to. Damn. Yeah, I might have to. There's a lot of space between stops on this one, though. This intersection has quite a bit of space here. Let me just see what we can maybe pull off here. I might have to redo the design I was thinking of. So this tunnel is already 155 long. And then there's more than enough space on this side. So if I was to, let's say, bring this over and drop off something right here, I could have a grocery store here. That is technically doable. And I think technically doable is the best kind of doable. So why don't we look into the prospects of making a little intersection right here that's just made for dropping off food. We can bring it in from that side, and we'll just go about like that with it. And we're, again, all new tracks are being made electric. We're not doing any more on the non-electrified tracks. I do want to see, though, where's this going to go? So it needs to be a warehouse. It needs to be a warehouse that can hold enough to matter. So how about we do... I could just do this. Then we have the train track goes directly into it. That would be fine, right? The road connection is right on the highway, which is kind of meh, but it's fine. It's going to be a dirt road anyway. So maybe we bring it to be... It's going to have to be on this side. Yeah, right up against this. I think as far over here as I can go. Like that. Yeah. And then this train track. This is definitely an audible, so don't judge me. It's definitely an audible. This is not planned initially. Like that, and then the track will also go like this. And there's only going to be one train in here at a time. Okay. So, whatever. One train in here doing this. Go. So, that'll take care of that, and then we'll have the grocery store, which is going to have all of its stuff here, except for meat. Meat is still going to be brought in, by the truckload, one at a time kind of thing. But we're going to say this is our shopping center. And we'll deal with... Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay. We need to be facing this direction. The road, though. The road is right off the highway, man. That is not good. It's gonna have to be here. Damn, I'm not enjoying this at all. Like this right here is not the way I wanted this area to be at all. But I think it's just gonna have to be. It's all about adapting to what you need, right? So we'll go about like that. That's gonna be a direct connection, no forklifts or anything like that. I don't have enough space to do that. And then we're gonna have the dirt paths from here just connect like that. So there you go. And then this path here will go up. And I want it to connect to that road, but it's not going to. We had a road. I had a road coming through here anyway, so I guess I'll just connect to that one. So there's another road on this side. It wraps around, right? And it goes this direction. So now you'll just connect here. It's fine. And then this road will go all the way to this side and then over. And it was supposed to hook up there, but now I might have to audible it because I think the buildings that I wanted to build, I don't think there's enough room for them anymore. That's a bit of a problem. Why don't we just make this a curve? No, I'm pretty confident I still can use this road. I'll make it a right angle for now. There. And then this again. Which side is the lights on? This way? No, it's this way. Yep. So you're going like that. And you're going like that. And then I'll just connect you to the television station over here. Come on. Right, like... Yep, like this. Good. I don't know why the light went on the other side, but you know what? That's fine, right there. And then this one here is going to eventually disconnect to whatever building is over here. So I guess the road would then be... I don't know if I could do the buildings the way I want to anymore, but I think this is gonna overall, it's gonna improve the idea that I already had. I think it's gonna be an improvement. It's not what I planned, but I'll have to make it work. The point is that I just don't see there being a good way to get everybody over here into these other shopping centers and stuff. So I have to do something about it. Likewise, for this, to get them to these various different places, we're going to have a bus stop here. And this bus stop is going to be one of the new ones that comes with the update and stuff. I think the 800 one is kind of overkill, but it's got a cool design in that it comes in with a one-way and then goes that way. There's another one that does this with 600 workers, and I was kind of thinking about using this one. I haven't used any of these before, but if we bring them out right up against this as close as possible here on this side, then I can get buses to come in here. Come on now. I can get buses to come in on this side and then leave in a nice one-way sort of setup here. Which would be pretty cool. And then I wanted the roads, of course, need to come across here too. So we needed the... Again, I can't do what I wanted to do, but what if I went over like this? It's so much space, though. I really need that right angle. To have that happen. I guess I can curve this one. Yeah. And then this is going to have to go out that way, but then this has to be a one-way because of this bus stop being the way it is. It has to be a one-way now. I don't know if there's going to be enough buses for that to matter to make that a one-way, so yeah. Maybe pull this back a little bit and maybe have this be out this far instead. And then with that being done, we could have this go into the same intersection. Although people will tell me that that's a bad idea. I know you'll tell me that's a bad idea. Hey, how about we... Ooh, okay, I know how I'm going to do this. But I'm going to have to share this with you next time because I think we're getting a little long in the video here. I know how I'm going to do this. Instead of coming off this road, I'll go off this one. It's fine. And then I have the room for the building that I needed, which... the building I wanted was going to be right here. Just share it with you. I wanted to do the pyramid museum right here. Because I thought it looked really nice to have it in the roundabout and everything, but it's not going to happen anymore. So this building where'd it go? Right here. It was going to be here. I thought it was going to look really nice, and have parking lots around this, and it's gonna be nice. The other idea here was just to stack more of these houses right here and then have a lot of parking lots. But I think we'll make do. We don't need to have a lot of touristy stuff. It's just that there's so many people here. You need culture. You need sports. You need all these things that people need. And if you don't provide it in this area, then you need to provide a bus stop or a train station or something that is going to allow them to get what they need. And yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do instead. I'm just going to provide the bus stop. We want to get these roads. These rails are auto searched. We're going to get those done hopefully pretty soon. And that'll be it. So that's this video. Did we fix crime? I don't know. I don't know necessarily. I'm looking at things. It seems like it's working better now, at least. We have less cases that have decided to pop up. Higher chances to solve, which is nice. This one here is not overloaded anymore, although the garbage is, and it's almost done. Very close to getting the garbage taken care of on that side, which will be great. If we take a look over in Sternikova, I haven't really added any departments over here, but what I have hopefully done is added more consistent work staff. And they're not overloaded anymore either, which is good. That's nice. If I look over to here, we're still going to have this area overloaded. And that's mostly because there's not enough people. But now we have new flats over here, which is nice. I'm going to tell you, all of you work there. It's going to add more people to the bus stop. And then I'm just going to do this and bring as many people in as I can and have them all go to the bus stop to work. And so now the buses, when they take and drop people off at this spot, they'll be able to get over here to the police station. But what I really need, I think, to help with that is to get these parking lots done so that they can walk into here. And then this road is also going to come across. I think, yeah, it's going to come across and push right here. So I'll have this road go out about like this and then over like that. And this one will probably go straight forward and then over too. So there's definitely some things to look at. All right, there's things to do, but I know the happiness hasn't gone up, and that's what I said I wanted to have happen. The happiness hasn't gone up yet, but I think we're not bad on fuel anymore. We're kind of keeping up, and as we build more as we get more people here, we'll be able to keep up even better. But we're not overloaded with crime anymore. At least I don't think we are. It's still a lot to investigate, but cases wise, the trials are going really well, and then they're going to be in prison for a little while. 72 people locked up now. I like to see more people getting locked up. What I don't like to see is that we don't have enough warders to handle that. So now that this is done, this is done now, I want to have more people over here too, including experts, and then you guys are going to work here. It's the only place you guys work is the prison. That's it. So if we can get more people working in that prison, then hopefully we don't have any escapes, and we can also help with their criminality and stuff. We're still bringing it down, but we're also reducing their loyalty. So more warders fixes those stats, brings them back up to acceptable levels, and mostly we just want to drop criminality for the citizens we have. Okay, if we can do that and let this run the way this is now, I think this is going to solve our crime problem. It's just going to take a little bit of time, but I think this is going to solve our crime problem. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you. I hope you guys will join me for the next one. Bye bye.